And there we can see, looks like a heavy sedimented surface.
Copy that.
What's our bearing going to be?
It will be approximately northwest. I'll get back to you on an exact number.
All right, let's get auto heading engaged for you, co-pilot.
And
okay. We're going to be heading
looks
northwest.
like a Tina 4 in front of us.
So
and
backing up towards you. And I'm sort of pointing the right way, so I'm going to just lateral to port once we get in the right position. So why don't you start coming around starboard? Yep.
So we are just at 4,275 meters, just hovering right above the bottom. Just if this is your first time joining us, it usually takes a few minutes for the ROV pilots to get the
and then together we'll work towards
ROV situated. So we'll be just hovering here.
There you are.
Making sure all the equipment is all set up before we'll start our transit. You can see
so hold your position there, and I will
pretty heavy sedimented surface here with some rocks in the middle there.
Copy. Thank you, Rich.
So the sediment that we're observing on the video feed currently is of two different colors. The black is most likely volcanic debris that is weathered away from the volcanic flanks just uphill from us, while the white and the lighter grays are of a pelagic origin, so things that have fallen out of the water column and settled down on the seafloor.
All right, gonna hold here for a second, get my Z-Buys tuned in. And co-pilot, when you get a chance, or Nav, whoever has the notebook, let's get our comp values recorded across the board, just so we can watch them now that we're on the bottom.
So again, if you just joined us, we are currently at 4,291 meters, diving on a small feature that is east of Mokumanamana Island, also known as Necker Islands, up in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands. We can see heavy sedimented surface here with a few smaller unconsolidated islands up in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands. We can see heavy sedimented surface here with a few smaller unconsolidated pebbles in between. As we were approaching the bottom, we did see what looked like a Tina 4, but other than that, not that much biology in this area right now. And there's a shrimp just coming into view there on our left side.
Some of you may have noticed the similarity in the color of the suspended material within the water column and the sedimentary surface just below on the seafloor. This is what I was referring to when I said that some of the lighter color sediment that we're observing is falling out of the water column and becoming deposited on the seafloor.
Some sediment here. I'm going to get out of it.
Hey, Nev.
Good.
Just wondering if we're stationary or if we're moving, and if so, in what direction?
We are not moving. We just got to the bottom.
So we're just going through a watch
We're
change here to
waiting
our
on
piloting
pilots,
team. So
Okay.
Go ahead for that.
I think
in just a
before you
couple
swap,
minutes,
do you
we
want to
should
call
be
in
starting
like a
our
50-meter
survey.
move towards the
Sure.
terrain?
Yeah.
We don't see it on either sonar, huh?
No.
No.
It's a ways away.
What is it roughly the direction I'm facing? 300?
Yes, we're going to be
Okay.
going 300. And I'd like to put in about a 100-meter move, actually. If that's okay.
Okay. Sounds good. Sirius has some big heaves in the swell here.
Point 2, okay?
Yeah,
Or, yeah.
we've got moving across the sediment towards the rocks.
How do you... Is point 3 pushing it? You want to keep it at point 2 for now?
Yeah, that's good.
Point 2?
Yeah.
Bridge, Nav. Can we do a ship move, please? 100 meters, 300 degrees, 0.2, 2/10 knot. Good copy, thank you, Bridge.
Okay, Sirius is pointed just about 300.
Excellent.
I think you might have been pulling me a bit.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. Watch lead, this is pilot.
Go ahead, pilot.
Yeah, we're all set up here. We just called in a ship move towards the where we expect the hill and rocks to be. So we'll have a few minutes of sediment till we get there.
Copy
And,
that.
just let us know if you see anything of note. I'm guessing it'll be a while. And we can take a look.
Copy that. Yeah, so pilot has just informed us that we are going to be starting our move here in a little bit. So they just called in a ship move, and we will be moving towards the northwest here. Bear in mind that we are at an extreme depth here. We're close to 4,300 meters. So when the ship moves, that's close to 3 miles away, hovering above the ROV. It takes a while for the movements to take in effect. So we'll have a little bit of time here in this area looking around. But then we'll start moving towards the northwest. And again, the primary objective is to look for some loose rocks
Yeah, while we're
that we
searching,
can
it might be good
sample.
to put Sirius in low quality, because the cliff is going to look like a cliff no matter what quality it is.
Sure.
Or not, we're not approaching a cliff anyway, but the hill.
Set the high pack computer here.
You should, well, you found it? Okay. Welcome, Nav.
Hi, pilot. How are
And
things?
just
Good.
looking
We called in
ahead,
a
so
move.
again, we will be diving
Big
today,
300.
Yeah.
leaving the
See that?
bottom about 2.5
We're
hours
a
from
bit
now.
away from the rocks, so we'll
And then it looks like
weather.
weather will be cooperating for a dive tomorrow, where
course,
we're
running
planning
into
to
them.
dive on the north side of French Frigate Shoals.
So your sonar is looking pretty good.
The weather
We'll see them ahead
forecast
when they come.
further out into the week on Monday and Tuesday looks less promising, but the plan is that weather permitting, we'll be diving every day here for the next couple weeks.
What channel are you on?
Go ahead, video. Oh, it's blocking the swing arms, you mean? Yeah, we can, actually, the co-pilot can start putting the swing arms out.
Okay. Looks like the HPU is on. HPU. And which swing arm was it? Or you want both
Well,
of them out?
we'll put the lowers out, part way, and the uppers out all the way.
Okay.
Video
It looks like there might be
I'm at
a
the end of my
Tina
tether,
or
but
something
there's,
floating in
something
front
in the
of
water
us.
column here.
Looks like an animal.
You want to go in? There's something in the water column here. Yeah, we're kind of far now, but I can creep closer. Okay. Yeah. It's just, I don't think he's very pretty. Okay.
Just a little bit outside our reach.
Copy.
It looked like a
I'll,
Tina 4.
Just go above the skids for you.
We did see a red shrimp a couple minutes ago, but other than that, pretty barren here, the area, in terms of the biology. I do want to once again thank our shore-based science team for being with us today on a Saturday. It's very exciting. This is it's a great platform,
Here, I'll turn so
the
you can see
Okeanos
the
Explorer,
exteriors,
having
too.
both shore-based and ship-based scientists communicating in real time and helping to guide the observations.
Is that too far out with the lowers?
Maybe we'll see how it is. We can raise them when we come to the rocks in a bit.
So again, if you're wondering why we're not moving, our primary target is to move up the ridge of the slope of this feature. We're currently on a flat surface.
Yeah, we want to go ahead and put the upper swing
There
arms.
is a little bit of a
Yeah,
delay
that's good.
between when the ship moves and when we get to move. There's about 2.5 miles of cable between the ROV and the ship. So it takes about 10 to
pilot.
15 minutes for a move to take effect once we call it in.
I'm thinking based on the sonars and HIPAC, maybe we could tack on another 50 to that ship move
Yeah, copy.
and not wait for the 15-minute swing.
Bridge, RV Nav. I'd like to add another 50 meters to that previous move, so the total move is 150 meters, bearing 300 at 0.2
No.
knots.
I think the last move
For
was
those
just 50,
folks
right?
who might be watching this on
Oh,
one of
okay.
the general displays,
cancel that then.
perhaps at the Waikiki
Bridge,
Aquarium
that.
or at the Maui
Sorry,
Ocean
we had
Center,
talked about it.
welcome. You're watching a live
We had
video
talked about a 50-meter
broadcast
move.
from the NOAA ship
But
Okeanos
100 was the right
Explorer
one anyways.
that's sailing up in the northwestern
Sorry for the
Hawaiian Islands. And we are diving just about 50 miles east of Necker or Mokumanamana Island. And we'll be diving up here in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands for the next 3 weeks. And you can follow the live video footage online at oceanexplorer.noaa.gov.
we are.
Looked like we had some sedimentary piles, possible evidence of some burrowing animals excavating the sedimentary layers on the seafloor. What do you think that could be, Dan?
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's a little bit
How's our light-looking video?
some worms, but yeah, from this kind of view, it's tough to say. But yeah, worms are known to burrow in a lot of these soft sediment bottoms.
Okay. Just let me know if you need me to adjust.
Looks to be a single rock there coming up.
So if you ever want to like get rid
Video,
of
let's do a zoom on this rock. Yeah. Get you warmed up for the big time. Chasing the rock.
there's a way to get rid of the tail.
That was me.
You can reset it.
You come
I don't remember how to do it.
come out, yeah.
So, pilot, are we just ramping down the RPMs on the HPU or securing it?
We can secure it, and if it has trouble starting,
I don't remember. There's a way to do it.
Copy.
yeah.
So our shore-based scientists, Barry and your
Barry, I
folks,
think this is my
do
chance to
chime
get
in
warmed up.
if you see a sample
Okay,
that is of a
there we go.
particular interest. I assume you prefer something that is
We're responsible for
Yeah.
closer to a place where we think it originated.
Not sitting down, so it's all muddy. So
This is the first loose appearing sample we've come across, but we are in a heavily sedimented area.
because some dives are more up in the air as far as like,
And the reason that we're going to be trying to target a sample from a debris pile that it might be a little
Okay,
bit more
video.
obvious of where it's coming from is we're actually trying to target specific samples to achieve a specific objective, which is we're trying to discover any kind of evidence whether or not a ridge to the southwest of Necker Island, termed Necker Ridge, exists on this southeast flank of Necker Island. And by taking rock samples and knowing a little bit more about where they came from, we can have more confidence in any kind of post-process and analysis that we conduct on this sample.
You're underway.
excellent.
so keeping an eye, like if they were up against the cliff, that they're not going to snap off.
Yeah, this is Barry. I agree. One of the things we're looking for is to try to
Okay.
pick up a
So
sample or
wide
find
video.
a sample that we have some confidence of where it might have come from. These large samples, like in the video right now, its origin is really unknown, and so its value would not be nearly as great as what we can find closer to some, that ridge we're going to climb here shortly. We have better confidence that samples there will have come from that ridge.
Copy that, Barry. Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll keep our eyes open. But yeah, if you see something of interest, do chime in and let us know.
And then we can control the main cameras also.
It looks like we're going to start making our way up the slope of this volcanic feature, so the sediment should start to dissipate, and we should see a little bit more of the rock-only features that we're looking to sample from. So our sampling abilities will definitely improve within the next 50 meters or so of ship move.
It's not unheard of. And in the past, we've put a little lipstick cam on the back.
So you think we're moving,
As like a
co-pilot?
backup.
Yes.
So
Excellent.
I'm going to bring my head back around to 300, just about 10 to 15 degrees starboard of that.
Okay.
And we're moving at 0.2 knots. Is that right?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it looked like a barrow just to our left,
But there's a delay between the ship
but we'll keep moving. And
so like
hopefully as we approach the harder
no,
substrate,
sonar.
there'll be a little bit more interesting biological features.
Not seeing much on Sirius sonar either.
Could we take a look at that sea cucumber straight ahead, please?
Roger that.
we know we're approaching a cliff.
If it's a sea cucumber, I'm not sure. I think it is.
And then all of a sudden, there's a cliff, and now we have to
Start to look
Okay. I'm just
So
gonna take
yeah,
a
there's
look at
a
this and then
request to
move
get a
ahead.
zoom on this animal. Yeah, it looks like a couple
just
sea
wanna confirm
cucumbers
the full
maybe.
line, Sirius. Thanks.
Okay, video, I'm just setting down here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Alright, let's do a zoom.
Just have a few seconds, Carl.
Okay. Is it 2 sea cucumbers?
So yeah, that is definitely a sea cucumber.
Okay.
We do have a few similar looking things in our gallery.
Sliding back a little.
In the family Psychropotidae.
Okay, 90 degrees pilot.
Okay.
Possibly
put
in the
lasers
genus
on,
Psychoprotes.
Pilot.
Got it. Lasers
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
90 degrees.
Okay, there's the lasers. Tilt up to. Yeah. I'm gonna move in about 10 seconds, Copilot.
I'll pull up a bit.
Okay.
So you can see how
Watch
Sirius
lead, you happy with that?
ahead of you two. And depending on the terrain, like here,
Watch lead, you happy with the sea cucumber?
there's nothing.
Yes, thank you.
Alright.
See right
Time to move on. Video, could you go wide?
Eventually it'll start tugging. That's for speed. But generally we like to, I'm on top of you. I'm moving past you.
Push hard starboard.
Yeah, I agree with that, Chris. Yeah, the closest we have is that Psychoprotes imperiana or Lonky cauda, but the color was a bit darker. But the overall morphology suggests it might be in that genus.
Left in this move.
Okay.
Um,
What's your feeling?
well, I mean, we can wait till the ship reaches the end. I mean, Sirius is still going to swing. There's nothing on either sonars right now.
Okay.
Particularly Sirius, I mean, we can see we're set on 80 meters, so we're not seeing anything out ahead. I could add another 50 meters at the end of this when they call it in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right. I'll wait until they finish the move.
Okay. Okay, I'm out in front now. My sonar's still clear. Can you set... What happens if you set mine to 50? Can it see much further? I think... that helps a little.
You understand how
The
these gauges work?
the
too?
bottom's going from just sediment to some sort of
So-
harder...
On here, you can adjust.
It appears that the sedimentation is starting to lessen. We might be looking at some manganese hardpan
can we see
or
this little
possible
fish?
volcanic
Pretty
outcrops here trying to show themselves under the sediments.
I was
Okay, I'll go,
doing a teaching moment, so
kind of at the end of my
adjust as
tether,
you
but...
feel free.
let's see what
Looks
we
like
can do.
we might have a polychaete. It's a little out of our... Yeah, can we get a close-up of that if possible?
Tugging me a bit.
All right, it looks like a... Yeah, it's a
Maybe
fish.
later. He's running away too fast right now. All right. I'm going to have to back up.
Yeah.
Okay. That fish did not want to cooperate.
And nothing on sonar for Sirius at 100 meters.
Okay.
Yeah, we did see it as well. Thanks, Chris, but it was just outside of our reach. Oh, and there he is. Yeah, if we have a little time, I can try to get a close-up of that fish.
I'm going to come up a bit, co-pilot. Every time he moves away.
Bridge RV now.
Pull up just a bit.
No, that's okay.
You all right?
Video.
It's looking like
Could
you're
you
at
just
the
zoom
end
from
of
here?
that last move. Right, we'd like to do 50 meters at bearing 300 at 0.2 knots.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just try to get closer.
That's correct.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's going up and away.
Unfortunately, we do not have Bruce following us today.
Right.
But maybe, Chris, you have a good idea. I did not get a good view of him.
Oh.
Well, a wild guess might be some type of leptocephalid, but with that, I don't know. I don't recognize that at all.
Are you wide now, video? Okay. Yeah. Well, seems like he's interested in us. He might be back. Or she.
Thank you, Brady.
Dan, just sort of an FYI.
Yeah.
There's only one comp sensor on D2, so those two comps will always read the same value. They're two comps and they're connected together with one sensor.
So is it
So
is the sensor on the sticky one?
yeah, unfortunately.
Looks like we have very little to no current in this area.
Still nothing on Sirius sonar.
Those particles you're seeing moving is just the ROV moving right now.
Go ahead, Nev.
Looks like there might be another cucumber, a purple object right in front of us.
Okay, video. Zoom on this object. Slipping a little in the mud. Sorry.
What are we looking at?
Yeah. Now I'm just bouncing around here.
Some kind of slug.
Okay.
This is sea cucumber, Daniel.
Oh, yeah.
You sort of see the podia.
Yeah, I was just looking at it from the other side. Yep. Yeah. Any guess what this might be, Chris?
No, I don't.
Let me, yeah, just come a little wider. Just sliding backwards. Okay, I think that's pretty stable. Yeah, co-pilot, can you take my camera?
Sure.
Just tilt down. It's very, very delicate here. There we go.
Yeah, and yeah, Scott and
Okay.
both Chris and Scott pointing out here the feeding podia. So yeah, sea cucumbers feed on detritus, and yeah, that's actually beautiful imagery of it. Ingesting detritus.
I'm giving you your camera back.
Okay. Whenever you're done, video.
And Scott just pointed out that there is a possible foraminiferan in the back, just slightly to the right and top of this cucumber.
Okay. Yeah, Sirius is probably about halfway through. Thank you, video. Great.
Still nothing on sonar.
Yeah. How far out are you? Oh. So the ship stopped and Sirius is, I don't know, halfway through its move.
Yeah, it's still moving.
Well, the ship is over the hill, so by the time you stop, you should be over the hill too.
We're about halfway through the additional 50 meters.
Oh, the ship's still going?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
What do you think about Sirius?
Sirius has only moved about 80 meters.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, Chris, for that tentative ID.
Since the start. Yeah, I think you're dragging a little bit on your port side. Or, no. Sorry. Take that back. I was just seeing a lot of
Yeah, I
rays.
think a lot of the animals
Yeah,
up till
just thinking of
day's
just shaking
dive are
it
going to
around.
be slightly unknown. This is a kind of habitat we have not targeted on previous dives of the Okeanos Explorer.
Squat lobster?
So one of the other things...
Daniel, could we get the fish? I'm pretty sure that's a Bathysaurus.
Copy that, yeah. So there's a request to get a close-up there of that fish ahead.
Gotcha. Try not to terrify him. Video, can you zoom on the fish? Copilot, can you tilt the camera down a tad?
Sure. Taking control.
Excellent.
Thank you. Yeah, tilt down a touch more. Or, well, you're the video guy anyway.
I was just gonna say, nice framing.
Oh, well, do what you want.
rocks there. See the shadow?
Let me know if you want me to tilt to head or tail or whatever, or pan.
Relatively big rocks.
Oh,
So that's 12 meters.
still have some time, but I'm
15 meters out.
yeah, we're fine on Sirius.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, again, something we did not image during last year's expedition.
Then we can do we can do lasers after too.
And then if
You got it.
moves, then it
Lasers on.
moves through it.
Yeah.
They are on. I'll give you back your camera.
Okay. Oh, he's a little guy.
So you have to pay attention to the camera angle. If you look at Sirius, you can see the arrow. He's not looking straight.
Copilot, can you tilt up from
75
here?
degrees. So if he looking at 75
In this
degrees,
mud, I can't really let go.
the ROV,
Yeah, try to get the lasers across it.
then at that point,
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
There we go.
so
It's about 15 centimeters.
like you'll hear
Yeah.
sometimes you'll hear
Okay.
the pilot say, all right, I'm looking at you 60
It's about 20 centimeters in length.
right now, maybe 70 degrees. Because if he just
All right.
And
Sorry, I took
looks
your
like we
camera.
got
Take it
two
back.
votes here for the genus Bathysaurus. And Chris offered possible end of species Bathysaurus
On my
mollis.
way.
Thank you, Bridge. All right, so that last move
Yeah.
is completed.
Excellent.
wait until you push out ahead a little bit and then maybe call in another move.
Yeah, how far has Sirius gone now?
From the start, about 115 meters.
Oh, okay.
So you got another like 35 meters left. There's some rocks.
Something.
All right.
Who is it?
Looks like we got a bit more rocky area here.
That's not an octopus, is it?
Yeah, we'll try to get an image here.
Yeah.
I think it's an octopus.
Here, co-pilot.
Good grief.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Zoom as you want.
Looks like it.
You know what you need, video.
Get agit.
Beautiful image here.
Agitated.
Yeah, it's different than the two we got on video last year.
It's starting to look down at you, but
Okay.
we'll be alright.
Yeah.
Still nothing on sonar.
Trying to look here through the hurl guide, but
That animal is not in the hurl guide.
Yeah.
The immortal words of Taylor Smith. I have never, ever seen that one.
It's been disturbed.
excellent. I'm glad it was just not me not finding anything here.
Sorry. Get there.
I know somebody who's going to be really interested in this image.
Yeah.
Do you want him centered?
Coming down just a hair. Camera's back at you. And we're going to push out in a second.
Yeah. Well, 20 more seconds or so. I see me in fisheye.
Yeah, beautiful image here.
Okay, want to do one with the lasers?
Just to update everyone, we're currently at a depth of 4,290 meters.
Yeah. Okay, we zoom out.
We touched down just over
Tilt
30
up
minutes
for me.
ago. A pretty barren area, but we were able to image
Okay,
a Bathosaurus fish and now this
unfortunately, we
octopus.
have to move on. It's a good-looking octopus, though.
And this octopus is now
Okay,
confusing
full-wide
several
video.
of our shore-based scientists who have never seen anything like this.
Thank you.
And looks like we're coming into a bit more of a rubbly field here.
Pushing 300.
Still no sonar targets on Sirius. Camera back to you.
All right, Carl, I'm thinking another 50 meters.
Okay, give me 1 minute to get out ahead and just look.
Yeah, copy that. Standing by.
Yeah, nothing in my sonar either out to 50. I think we're good.
Bridge, Army now. We would like to request a ship move. 50 meters at a bearing of 300 at a speed of 0.
So if you just joined us, we're diving up in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands, close to an island known as Necker Island or Mokumanamana Island. Our current depth is 4,290 meters. And the purpose of today's dive is to collect a couple of rock samples and to compare those to previously collected rocks that have been collected closer to the island to try to see if there's a connection between the island itself and a very long feature, Necker Ridge, that protrudes over 400 miles
zigzag around and look
onto
on sonar for anything.
depths of the ocean at a depth about 3,000 meters and deeper.
Thank you, Bridge.
And since we've hit bottom, most of the scenery that we've been observing as far as the substrate has been soft, sedimented surfaces. Not too many opportunities to be collecting any rocks. What we're going to be looking for is any potential rocks that we can tell that it had actually fallen off of a steeper rock outcrop or cliff. And all we have seen so far are scattered cobbles and boulders that are scattered across the surface. So as we go further up the slope and the gradient starts to increase, we should start to see a less of the sedimentary cover and more opportunities for rock sampling.
And yeah, for our shore-based scientists and shore-based geologists, if you're getting impatient, so the ship we just called in a ship move, and there's about a 15-minute delay between when the ship moves and when the two ROVs move. So stay tuned. We are trying to move as quickly as possible towards the northwest, where the slope begins. Go ahead, Nav.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep it at a constant pace here.
Okay, video. Let's zoom on this
That's okay with you.
something.
Copy that. Yeah.
First,
we are trying to get as close to that to the slope if we can. It's going to be more interesting to the biologist and geologist. And yeah, so we have here a sponge, and Chris, I'm going to guess that this is in the Hyonimidae. Is that correct?
No, I don't know. It looks like it's got fibrous attachment, so maybe it could be, Daniel.
Yeah. So
there's really none. I guess there's a very slight one.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Based on the fibrous attachment and that opening to the top, that would put it in the Hyonimatidae. So there's several species that we imaged last year that had some of the similar morphology. So those were in the genus Hyonima corinonima.
Associates on the move. Huh.
So yeah, it looks like there's a polychaete worm on it. Yeah, so sponges are notorious for creating habitat for all kinds of other critters. Polychaetes, ophiuroids, or brittle stars oftentimes live within sponges.
Sure.
Laser saw.
Okay.
some type of arthropod, or is it a worm? I couldn't really tell. It's pretty weird looking.
Yeah, it was hard to see. We couldn't get it in focus either, but it looked like a polychaete worm to me.
Lasers are on each half. Okay. Let's go wide. Yeah. I could get it from the other side if we want to clear the sediment away. Okay.
So yeah, it's definitely a glass sponge, and the closest we have is in this genus Hylonemema. So you have that fibrous attachment to the substrate, and that single osculum at the top.
That seems better.
Now the images we got last year of that genus were also below 3,000 meters.
Okay.
So you can see there the very porous surface, glass sponges. It's in a group of known as hexactinelic sponges. They have these, their skeletal elements are these six-pointed spicules, and you can see they're a very porous surface that differentiates them from the demo sponges, which have a smoother surface. Sponges are filter feeders, so they water just flows through these porous surfaces, and then they can catch little particles that are come with the water currents. Sponges also have these specialized pumping cells that they can use to pump water through their body, and
I think they tried it a bunch
in that way.
But you can play with it if you want.
You want to push out ahead and starboard?
Yeah. We do, yeah. Okay. Video, before I move on, let's just do a quick idea of this guy. Coming down.
And there we have looks like a solitary cup coral.
Yeah.
Is it?
Trying to.
Yes.
There we go. It's quite bright. There we go.
Yeah, it is an anemone, but I don't think we've imaged anything like that.
Okay. Video, we'll just hold this for 10 or however long you need, and then we'll take off.
Copy that. Thank you. Hey, that's the end of the move there.
That's our wash, I think, yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's come wide.
You can push out ahead. Starboard before you switch.
Chris, do you recall ever seeing a anemone in that color?
Yeah, well, there was a light-colored one last year in a 4,000-meter dive, but it didn't look like that. This looks like a unique one that we haven't seen before.
Yeah. Thanks, yeah.
There's something on your sonar a bit off to your port side. Do you see that?
Yeah.
I think that's the beginning.
The slope.
Yeah.
I'll bump down the sonar then.
Yeah, how far away is that?
Still 30 meters.
30? Okay. So I should... Oh, my sonar.
So we still haven't reached the slopey part of this feature. Our current depth is 4,288 meters. And we're hoping that once we're on the slope itself, we'll be able to see some more rocks that we can perhaps sample.
Just an FYI, the ship is stationary at the moment.
Okay.
How long ago did the ship stop?
5-10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we've got something in sonar now. All right. I'm going to pass off to Jeff. Thank you, everyone.
Carl?
So I'm just seeing that Dr. Tina Molodtsova of the PP Shirshov Institute in Russia has joined us, one of the foremost authorities on black corals and a variety of other deep-sea cnidarians. Welcome, Tina. Thank you so much for joining us.
So nav, looks like 30 to 40 degrees port. We see a little bit of slope. So if we want to adjust our heading.
Okay, like 265, 270.
Yeah, I'll turn my head and take a look. Yeah, I think we've got 270 or so.
Well, I mean,
it's not very
it's not
steep
very
though.
much.
Yeah.
Like I almost want to continue on this.
Okay.
And see what happens.
Okay.
How do you feel about another 50 meters?
Well, I don't see anything on sonar at 50 meters, so if we maybe we could do that.
Bridge, RV nav.
Can we try to get it moving fast?
Ship move.
Looks like another one of those fish that we imaged earlier.
At a bearing of 300 at a speed of 0.2 knots. That's correct. Thank you.
Stand by, pilot.
Thank you, Bridge.
And then we have a sponge up above, right up ahead.
Any interest, or have we seen this?
Yeah, I don't think we've seen that one.
Okay. You want to take a look?
Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. It looks like a Hylanema from here.
All right, video, start coming in. Want to do lasers real quick? Hold there. See the lasers right at the bottom.
They're on. I think we zoomed in too far.
Oh, they're right there.
Oh, there they are. Sorry.
Okay, video, come on in. Oh, it's dusty on the bottom.
Yeah.
Hold right there.
Yeah,
You can get the lasers
and that
back
is
on. I just want to get a zoom with the lasers quick.
very similar to something we imaged last year.
Right there.
So again, you can see that fibrous attachment,
All right.
the round shape of the sponge, and then a single
Go on and test
osculum
the
at the
lasers.
top. And that's in the genus Hylanema,
Bottom's kind of gooey.
subgenus Corynaninema.
Okay. Lining up. Okay, come on in.
We lost our
Wanna see the
starboard
top?
manip cam.
You got any more? All right.
Well, the other manip cam.
Oh, right. The one on starboard that looks good. Okay.
Excellent. Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Great.
Cirrus is
All right,
definitely
I'm all set.
moving along.
So there is a request to just take a quick look at that mount there in the back.
The mount? Yep. Slow.
But we should also start moving towards that slope.
You can come in partial. Okay, hold there. It's really bright on here. Is it good for you?
So as we zoom into this pile of sediment, you can see some more of the volcanic debris that we're looking at is in the form of loose pebbles, some of them rounded, some of them more angular. That has more or less made up the surface that we have seen so far on this dive. The surface has been mainly sedimentary cover of this lighter tan-colored sediment mixed in with some volcanic debris that has been falling off of the flank of the volcano. As we approach the steeper sides of this ridge, we are hoping to see some key observations in the lava flow morphologies in which we can grab a sample from.
Go ahead, Jarlath.
I don't see anything.
Nav, I think there's like a general consensus.
Yeah, stand by one. Let me run it by pilots.
Got it.
Pilot, co-pilot, they want to test the ADCP on the ship, so to see if it interferes with our USBL navigation.
Copy that.
Are you okay with them doing that test?
Yep. Coming up.
They want to test
Thank you.
Dry lab, this is Nav. Yeah, Carl's going to come out and chat with you.
Yep.
So I believe we've settled out pilot, but we're heading at a bearing of 300 for the last 150 meters or so, and talked to Nav before he jumped in, and we'd like to continue
Okay.
on that track.
Copy that.
Yeah, the ship is still moving at doing a 50-meter move. It's about 30 meters into it.
Copy
so
that.
You should continue to swing.
Bringing my head back around to 300.
Looks like a shrimp ahead.
That. Hey, yeah, let's just get this guy swimming for a
Pilot,
second.
co-pilot, I'm going to have Levi sit in the
Come
chair.
in on the shrimp.
I'll be your next one.
Copy that.